Welcome back. It's a nice cool day today. This is fall has actually arrived here in northern Ontario. About 17 degrees Celsius outside, which is under 68 degrees, I think, if I remember correctly from the old temperature measuring method we used to use in this country. My name is Dave. This is Pinnacle Siding by N-Scale Layout. And today we're going to formally start working on completing the mine. As I said last week, we're going to do it in sections. Each section will be slightly different. There'll be weathering, there'll be building parts, it'll probably cover a wide range of different kinds of techniques in building stuff. I've set up a bunch of cameras. I'm just going to quickly show you where we're going to work from. We're going to work from here so you can see me and see what I'm doing. Now what you're looking at is the conveyor belt system and the spreader that spreads sawdust into a large mound. On top of that mound there's a bulldozer, and that bulldozer pushes the sawdust down the mountain and into a hopper system that takes it into the mill. Also, let me just go over here. There's camera 3. There's another way of looking at it. I may switch back and forth, but I think I'm going to just pick one of these two views and work on it. I think we'll maybe do this one because it's a closer shot. So I'm going to walk over there, and Pinnacle Siding will get started right away. I'll see you in a couple of seconds. Okay, we're getting there. All right, so for this part of the video, I'm going to just move some stuff out of the way that needs to be glued on later. We're going to concentrate just on the sawdust mound. Take off my bulldozer here, and we'll move the front end loader off out of the way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some plaster of Paris, and the reason I'm making plaster of Paris is because it sets up fairly quickly, about half an hour. So I'll be able to fill in all around here and give it a slope that takes it into the ground, and then once that's dry, or when it's drying, we'll turn off the video. There's no point in watching paint dry. And once it's dry, then we'll come back and we'll actually put sawdust on the remaining areas that need sawdust put on them. So here we go. So I've got a bowl. I put 3/4 cup of plaster of Paris in there, and I've got some water. I'm wearing gloves, and I've got a whisk to mix up the so just going to put a little bit of water at a time here. I want this to be fairly thick so I can mold it. So I'm just going to, and that may be may have been too much water. I'm going to have to go get some more because that's too watery for our needs. Hold on. Grab my little measuring cup over here and grab another batch I'll just put that in there. Might as well put it all in. Yeah. And now, of course, it's too thick. But I'm just going to put in a dash of water, just a dash. There we go. Hopefully that's gonna. Whoa! Didn't think I'd have to wear a face shield to use this. Okay, I'm going to get that out of there. Put this over here and there. There. Oh, just go in here. And so I'm making it up into a fairly solid paste. And now you can see the reason why I'm wearing gloves, because this is going to be messier than can be. So I wonder, do I have any? Oh, I do have. Oh, okay. This will make things a little easier. It's going to make the spoon messy, but it's going to make things easier. Doing the back here so that if I make a mistake, you can't see it. Now this hill of sawdust is made from a piece of florist's foam, and the reason I chose the florist foam is because you can crush it and shape it, and once it's crushed and shaped, it'll hold its shape. So like I said, we're going to do this, and then we're going to let this dry. And it doesn't take long to dry. It's an exothermic reaction. That means that it heats up. Now the fun begins. I'm going to save. Oh, and I got it all over my shirt as well. Okay. I'm going to basically climb up on the layout here. So I'm going to put that there. I've got a bench that I got one hand that's kind of dry and one hand that's a real mess. So now we're going to do now, plaster Paris is a good little product for this kind of work. Looks like I made just the right amount. I had originally thought of mixing the plaster Paris and the sawdust together, and I realized that wouldn't work at all. Because it's just the two don't really play nicely together. So you can see that didn't take very long, and we're gonna get a little bit more down here. Now I am getting it on things I don't want to get it on, but the plaster Paris will come off fairly easily. So there we are. We have the the plaster of Paris done, I'm going to go back to the studio area and stop the recording. And we're going to wait until this is dry. I'm just taking my finger now and blending it into the hill so that it and as I said last week, they have, it was in the paper that they are officially decommissioning the mill, which has not been a very good thing for Espanola, as it is one of the major, if not the major employer of people in this town. So, I'm going to go back and work on something else while this sets up. And once it sets up, we'll come back with some glue and some sawdust, and we'll spread the sawdust on the I got it on all sorts of things I didn't want to get it on. Let's just remove some of this stuff on the back wall that I don't want on the back wall. There we go. That's a bit better. So let me go over and power down the recording for now, and then we'll come back when that's dry. So we're going to let that dry. Should take about 20-25 minutes, maybe an hour. And then in an hour, let's say an hour, that means make sure it's really solid. We'll come back and using some carpenter's glue and sawdust, we will complete that mound, and that'll be the video for this week. And then we're going to start on building on top of that. I do want to show you camera 5 again, though. Some people were asking what the track plan is going to look like. And you can see there's the track plan. It comes over the bridge, and it's a 3-position switch, and 2 go into the mine itself, 2 go straight up into a sorting track and runaround track for moving cars and stuff, and then 1 goes right into the warehouse building. So that's how the track layout is going to be, because there's an enormous amount of surface that has to be used to do roads. I've got to design and build an office building, because I realize there's no office building in the layout. So I need to in the mill, I mean, and so I'm going to design one and laser cut it, and that will be a build all on its own. So I'll see you in an hour, and we'll finish this off. Well, we're back. It's been half an hour or more, and I'm going to go over and we're going to put the sawdust on the mill. So let's get over there. I said as I need to switch before I forget. So let's see. Let's go to camera 3. There we go. So here we go. We'll get the glue laid down and the sawdust on top. So I spent the last half hour what what the office building looks like that's part of Domtar. And I was able to find not a very clear view, but a view that gives me enough detail to be able to design it from Google Maps. Because it's private property, the Google car didn't drive into the parking lot and shoot a nice clean shot of the office building, but it shot enough of it that I know what I'm going to do. So here we are. We have our little hill, and it is solidly affixed to the layout now. I have some basing glue here, and he says as he looks around for a brush to do the glue. Hold on, I know I've got one somewhere here. Doesn't look, oh maybe. Well, let's see, is this? This'll do. This'll do. This is an old paintbrush, but it's good enough for putting glue down. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to grab a little cup here, and I'm going to put some basing glue in it. Now the basing glue is very fluid. I get it from World War Scenics. You don't really need to get it from them. For this kind of application, you could just get Elmer's carpenter glue. I just spilled some on my freshly done ground surface here. And water it down, and it would do probably the same thing, but since I have the glue, I'm going to go ahead and use it. So I'm going to take my brush and put it in the glue, and I'm going to apply the glue to the surface here. Now, since this is got a handle and everything, I can get it really close. I'm going to do just one little area at a time. I'm going to do this back area. I know you can't see much, but you'll see when I get around to the front here and get it on this side how this looks. And again, I'm doing it back here in case something doesn't work, and then you'll have to wait till I figure out why it didn't work. Well, I'm going to put the basing glue down, and then I'm going to sprinkle the sawdust on it. Now what I did was I took the sawdust from my table saw, and I ran it through a coffee grinder to make it as fine can be, so it's kind of scale size rather than huge. And now I'm just going to dump it down the side here. And now I'm going to find my handy dandy little sprayer. Here we are. It's still got some isopropyl in it, so I'm going to get it reasonably soaked down here. Yeah, this sprayer sprays with quite a bit of force, so it's pushing the sawdust around. And now I've got that done. I'm going to take some acrylic medium mixed with water, and this is the formula from Boomer diorama, And because this is acrylic and it's a matte medium, I can dribble it on here just gently. And I may have to do this a couple of times in layers. I could see that being a distinct possibility here. But I won't show you that process if it has to be done. Yeah. We will take my brush and my basing glue mixture, and we will now you can see what I'm doing here. I'm trying to just get the glue where I want it to go and not everywhere under the sun. I do recommend the Boomer Diorama channel if you want to see techniques and you want to see somebody who is a very skilled scratch builder. He does amazing work. He has a shelf layout called River Road, and I'll put a link in the show more below so you can find it. But I highly recommend his channel. Now, I can't see what I'm doing around there. You know what? I should get a mirror. I've got a mirror over my work desk. If I have to do this a couple of times, I'm gonna use the mirror. So, next is just dribble it down the sides. And let it fall naturally into a hill. I'm going to put a little bit more. I can see this is going to take a couple of layers to do this properly. And obviously a vacuum cleaner afterwards to soak up this stuff that I don't know, to try to feel that there around there. Yeah, I'm going to have to do this in a couple of layers. I can see that right now. All right, just a little bit more over here. You can see there. Come on, fill that in. There we go. Now, isopropyl alcohol again, and gently. Now, if you don't know why the isopropyl alcohol is being used, it's because it breaks the surface tension and allows the glue to get down inside the surface that you're trying to glue. I use it for ballasting. I use it for gravel content. You saw me last week use it to create this surface, which is all gravelly and stuff. That's that was grout, water, and some glue. So here I am. I'm again just dribbling it down, I'm going to have to make up more of this, I can see that. This is a 20% water, or no, 20% acrylic matte medium and 80% water. So just soak the soak this, and like I say, this is going to take, I can tell right away, this is going to have to take a couple of layers of sawdust here. So again, you can see it's not difficult, and you just need to take your time. I'm going to do a little bit more around the back here, although I think it's got enough glue. And as I said last week, we got bad news in that Domtar is closing the mill indefinitely. There'll be a skeleton crew to keep the environmental stuff the way it should be, and run the manage the hydro plant that's part of the mill. But as for pulping paper and making actual paper, the mill is no longer going to be doing that. So I want to thank you for watching. I'm going to go back over to the studio area, and we will say our goodbyes. I've got to mix up some more acrylic medium, because it definitely is the stuff I'm using from now on for any of my surfaces like this. I don't want to pat this down because I want to keep the texture. And what did I do with that little... And you see, I can just and I'm just going to keep doing this with the isopropyl and the acrylic medium and build up this this hill so it looks a little bit more realistic than it does right now. Let me just see from here. Oh, it's not bad. It's not bad. I might not do much more than that. So, let me go back and we'll say our goodbyes. And as always, so that is it for this week. Next week we'll be. I've got to work on the track. I want to take all the track off the layout there in the mill, and I'm going to make some decisions about how whether I'm going to keep that three-way switch or whether I'm going to change it to a series of two-way switches in the mill. If I keep it the three-way, I've got to do some soldering to make everything solid so that I can lift it in and out as we do different parts of the mill. So I want to thank you for watching. Take care of yourself, take care of your family, and remember that this is your railroad and you can build it anywhere you want. So please subscribe. Subscribing costs nothing, and ring the bell so that you get notifications of when I put up the next video. So thanks for watching this week, and we'll see you next week with a new video.